Do you know that on Google, every day, there are more than 8.5 billion Google searches? It's as if every person on Earth searches for something or the other on Google at least once a day. This is not a small feat, but more amazing than this is that doing this is completely free. And not only Google search, almost every product by Google is completely free to use. Watching videos on YouTube is free. Using Gmail is free. Google Maps is free to use. Despite providing all of this for free, Google's market cap is more than $2 trillion. How is this possible? How can Google provide so many services for free? It doesn't charge us any money, but has still managed to become such a big company. Friends, today, let's understand the business model of the most famous company on the internet in this video. Friends, you must have heard a lot about how we refer to photocopy machines as Xerox machines, refer to white glue as Fevicol, and refer to adhesive bandage as Band-Aid. Whenever a company dominates in its field like this, its name is associated with what it does. Similarly, today, an internet search is known as Googling something. This Google search started in 1998 as a college project. Larry Page and Sergey Brin created it with a mission to organize all the information in the world and to make it accessible and useful. Our entire mission is basically to organize world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. During its initial days, Google was a simple search engine. This is how it looked: a simple website to search for things on the internet. The word Google doesn't actually mean anything, but it is inspired from the word Google. Google is the name of a number. The number 1 followed by 100 zeros. If there are 3 zeros after 1, it is called 1,000. If there are 4 zeros after 1, it is 10,000. Similarly, if there are 100 zeros after 1, that number is called Google. Google was chosen as a name to refer to this number, to show that their search engine will look up so much information on the internet that it will be in Google's. If you used internet during its early days, you'd remember that Google searches in those days showed numerous result pages, and Google used to number and list these result pages endlessly. And the name Google came with extra O's. In 2000, Google took its first big step. They introduced the system of AdWords. Today, it is known as Google Ads. Through this, the businesses could pay to display their ads on Google's search results pages. Later in this video, we will talk about how it became Google's biggest business model. But over the years, Google started offering any more products and services. In 2004, Gmail was introduced. In 2005, Google Maps was introduced, which changed the world. In 2006, Google acquired YouTube, the very platform you are watching this video on. Many people don't know that in the beginning, YouTube was a separate company. It was only in 2006 that Google bought YouTube. After that, in 2008, Google introduced Android, the same mobile operating system that is in most people's phones. The same year, Google launched its own web browser, Google Chrome, which is the most popular web browser in the world today. Later, Google started making its own hardware products, their Pixel smartphones, Chromebook laptops, and smart home devices. Today, Google is expanding in the artificial intelligence field as well. And after hearing all this, you will feel that Google has been producing one powerful product after another, and everything turned out to be successful. But this is not true. The examples I listed right now are the examples of its successful products and services. There are many things that Google tried but eventually failed, like Google+. Google tried to make its own social media platform to compete with Facebook, but it failed. Google Hangouts, an app for chatting, which was popular at one time, but was shut down in 2022. Google Nexus tablets, which were also famous at one time. They were competing with the iPad, but after a while, Google shut them down too. Google Podcasts, Google Glass, Google Wave, Google Reader. The number of examples of failures, in reality, are far more in comparison to the successes. If you go to Wikipedia and look at the entire list, there are more than 200 such products and services by Google that have failed. And here we have an important lesson. Failure is the mother of all successes. If you really want to achieve success, you will have to fail many times. Keeping in mind these successes and failures, let's talk about the present day and see which is the most profitable stream for Google. With its oldest business model, Google Search Ads, let's understand it in detail. On the screen, you can see the revenue breakdown of Google for the year 2022. That is, where did Google earn its revenue in the year 2022? The total revenue is $280 billion, of which 58% of the revenue, i.e. $162 billion, comes from the ads shown with Google searches. After this, the second biggest source of income is Google Network Ads, the ads that you get on different websites that partner with Google. Google earns $32.78 billion from here. Third is YouTube ads, $29 billion comes from here. The ads that you will see while watching this video. Here, it's interesting that these ads are the source of income for us YouTubers. The money that advertisers pay to show these ads is split between Google and the creators. 45% of the revenue goes to Google, and 55% goes to creators like me. So the 45% share of YouTube from the content of all creators generates about $29 billion in revenue for Google in a year. Similarly, there are apps on Google Play Store. When an app creator sells their app through Google Play Store, 70% of the revenue goes to the creator, and 30% goes to Google. So, the revenue from the sales of these apps, and the other revenue by selling phones and laptops. That part of Google's revenue is as fourth on the list with $29 billion at around 10.4%. And the last major revenue source is Google Cloud with $26 billion. Now, it is also interesting to see, where does Google spend this money? Around $40 billion is spent on research and development, for their ongoing research to create more new products and services. To keep on attempting at new failures, about $44 billion is spent on non-production costs like renting offices, spending on advertising, marketing, and accounting, and paying salaries to the employees. Their total expenses are around $207 billion. But still, Google earns its majority revenue from its free services. The more free services we use, the more can Google access our data. Everything we search on Google, every video we watch on YouTube, every email we send, all of this data is anonymously collected and used for targeted advertising. You must have noticed this too. If you search for a healthy recipe on YouTube, later when you are on Google and its partner websites, you will see ads for healthy tiffin services or nutritionists. Google uses an advanced machine learning algorithm to show targeted ads, and not just for ads, but even to show normal search results. Google uses a very complex algorithm. When you look up something, which website will be shown at the top of the search results, and which website will be at the bottom, and how to get your own website to rank higher. This has become a distinct branch of science today. It is called SEO, or search engine optimization, if you own a business, but you do not want to spend money on paid ads, while still having your business at the top of the search results organically. Now, let's get back to the topic of paid ads. To understand Google's ad targeting better, what is your age group? Are you a man or a woman? Which country do you live in? Which city do you live in? What do you search about? What do you like? Based on these data, Google creates a profile for you, and from a different perspective, an advertiser can choose these as parameters. If you have a small business selling clothes or glasses, and you want your ad to be seen by 18 to 25-year-old girls who live in the NCR region specifically, you can choose these parameters. And then you can choose some keywords, like sunglasses or Siri, and Google's task here is to match an advertiser with a user. If your age group, region, and gender matches to the parameters, and you search for a word related to sunglasses on Google, or you watch a video related to it on YouTube, like a review of some sunglass, Google will know that you are the target customer for this ad, and Google will show you this ad. If we go into a bit more complexity, there is a lot of competition between advertisers as well. So, there's a bidding to show ads. Advertisers can decide how much money they are ready to pay to show their ad. If another company is willing to pay more, then their ad will be shown first. Google calculates the ad rank to decide this. It decides the rank for each ad. For this, apart from the money, the quality of the ad is also considered, and in 2022, their total revenue was $280 billion. So, out of the $280 billion, Google earns $237 billion just from these ads. Meta's Facebook and Instagram do the same. In 2023, Meta's annual advertising revenue was $131 billion. In the last 20 years, this single business model has helped these companies dominate the internet. But now, cracks seem to have appeared in this model. Now, only time will tell whether Google will remain as the face of the internet for the next 20 years or not, or whether some other company gets ahead of it. But one thing is for sure, this competition between different companies is definitely beneficial for the consumers, for individuals like us, because we will get better services and products. Thank you very much for watching this video.